center of the runway. Hiya, kiddies. I'm glad to be back from the land of the living to the place that I love best. Right here, yeah. And best of all, have I got bad for you? I mean, Grandpa's kind of bad. Michael Jackson, you are in a trouble, and I mean a bad trouble. Because when Grandpa does bad, it is the ultimate bad. This is going to be the real thriller. I mean, it might even just kill you. Now, take Frankenstein. You talk about bad? Now, there was a self-made man. Oh, and was he bad? Ooh. And what about Wolfman? Yeah. Look at that guy. I tell you, I hate to be his barber. He is a bad. I tell you, those guys are not, over the hill gang. They are bad. And Dracula, whoo, he is the baddest. And I tell you, he had his own answer to the liquid diet. Yeah, now, kiddies, I know on the weekend, you all want to cool out, right? So you get in, you rumble out to the suburbs, you have a big one. Well, let me tell you something. I know of a house, this is the chilliest, scariest, frighteningest thing. The house of Frankenstein. Let me tell you something. Now, you just come with me, girl. Come on, come with me. You and I gonna really chill it out. Come on, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Come on.
I'm going to repay you for betraying me. I'm going to give that brain of yours a new home in the skull of the Frankenstein monster.
The jugular vein is severed, not cut, but torn apart as though by powerful teeth.
A werewolf. Last night I killed a man.
You didn't know what you were doing.
But I did. I wanted to kill.
I think they're after Dracula.
I feel like the host of House and Garden. Now, you've seen the House of Frankenstein, and now we are going to get to the House of Dracula. You see, Dracula, he asked Dr. Edelman for a cure for vampirism. Well, I personally do not think that 2 aspirins and a good night's sleep is the answer. Forget it. A quack if I ever saw one.
See, before you a man who lived for centuries, kept alive by the blood of innocent people.
When the full moon rises, I turn into a werewolf, with only one desire, to kill.
I tried to perform the miracle of science and failed. My blood is contaminated with the blood of Dracula.
Oh, Dracula. What a guy, what a family. We got the son of Dracula, you know. You know, Dracula lived on a diet of blood. Nah, not my thing. I like pasta and bones. Now that is what you can call a grandpa's, a gourmet cuisine. Is that correct? No, Igor?
Cuisine is
Oh,
correct.
cuisine. Yeah. Yeah, you're from the French island, I know. Cuisine. Thank you. Yeah. Smart Alec.
I see you marrying a corpse, living in a grave.
The vampire can assume very many different forms at will. Sometimes it appears as a bat, and sometimes as a small cloud of swirling vapor. In this way, it can move unseen among its enemies.
Son of Dracula, searing the screen with new terror in this weird tale of the living dead who rise from the grave at night to prey on unsuspecting victims. With Louise Albritton, Robert Page, Evelyn Ankers, Frank Craven, J. Edward Bromberg, and Lon Chaney as the new Count Dracula, you'll shudder at the screen's most fascinating woman vampire, luring men with cold beauty and the promise of immortality.
Count Alucard is immortal. Through him, I attained immortality. Through me, you will do the same.
And listen to this, Igor. His sister, Dracula's daughter. Now, there was a young lady who could be a problem child. But she was, you know, beautiful in a ghoulish sort of way. I don't think one would want to cross her, you know, her loving father did. And for his efforts, he became a ball of fire. Thank you, Jerry Lee Lewis. Wasn't that funny, Igor?
A riot.
What a small butt.
Dracula! He's come back. Sander, look at me. What do you see in my eyes?
Death.
Do you like jewels, Lily? This is very old and very beautiful.
Please don't come any closer.
Pulse is weak, Dr. Goth. Growing weaker. All your skill can't help her now. She's under a spell that can be broken only by me. Or death. I am Dracula's daughter.
Woo-wee, was she a cute miss. Igor, look in the mirror. Oh, you don't see nothing? Well, you see, Count Dracula taught me that trick. And by the way, Buster, if you don't improve your work habits, I can always call on Renfield. Yeah, we'll see who laughs last.
I am Dracula. A moment ago,
I stumbled upon a most amazing phenomenon. Something so incredible, I mistrust my own judgment. Look.
Dracula. The very mention of the name brings to mind things so evil, so fantastic, so degrading. You wonder if it isn't all a dream, a nightmare.
Rats. Rats. Thousands. Millions of them.
But no, this is no dream. This is Dracula, the original terrifying story of a maniac and a man who lived after death, lived on human blood, took the form of a vampire bat, and lured innocent girls to a fate truly worse than death.
Dracula? Oh, what's he done to you, dearie? Tell me.
He came to me. He opened the vein in his arm, and he made me drink.
Have I got invisible for you? Whew. I mean, there's invisible man, invisible woman, the invisible agent, and even invisible Ray. Oh, what a great deal to be invisible. Look, I mean, you don't have to go shopping in downtown Transylvania for the latest fashions. I mean, you don't have to stand in line to get into the latest horror films, and no more shaving in the morning. Oh, it's just wonderful.
Fear of the unknown, the unseen grips the populace. As a human being made invisible and insane by a potent drug, preys on the citizenry, intent on vengeance. Prison walls cannot hold him. Scotland Yard cannot stop him. And while science works frantically, while a loved one waits and hopes, the invisible hands of a condemned murderer deal out death and destruction.
Inspector, I don't understand. Jeffrey, he's invisible. Why can't I see him?
Oh, he's here, is he?
Let's catch him, Inspector. He wants to kill me.
You can't go upstairs.
Do.
Don't be afraid, darling. I can leave any moment I like.
Take care of yourself, darling.
I'll be all right. Helen, don't look at me like that.
Jeffrey, he didn't kill Michael.
Oh, didn't he? That shows how little you know, dear old Richard.
No!
There he is now. I'm going to force the truth out of you, choke it out of you.
No, don't shoot! No!
Got him! You got him?
Why, something still showing? I say, you're materializing. Go get your clothes on. Why, Professor, I'm ashamed of you.
Get me a nurse, get me a doctor, get me something.
George, we better get the professor.
What for? To cheer up a lot of bedclothes?
Come clean about how that machine works. Make me invisible.
I did not invent that machine to make killers like you invisible.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Whoopee!
Well, those are the noisiest grasshoppers I ever heard. You Christopher Columbus, we're being shot at!
There's an enemy spy at large, an invisible man.
It's amazing. Oh, you will be of great help to us.
Who is this terrifying Phantom Commando? What is his amazing mission? See The Invisible Agent, suggested by H.G. Wells' Invisible Man, starring Ilona Massey and John Hall, with Peter Lorre, Sir Cedric Hardwicke, J. Edward Bromberg, Albert Basserman, in the most amazing story of our times.
Steady now. Don't let him get away.
Gesundheit. What is that?
How did you know I was going to England?
I didn't, but...
So the trap was all set, eh?
Frank, how can you talk like that?
Oh, what's this? It's full of hooks. Oh, they're tearing into me.
Nebula in Andromeda. A ray from this nebula will be caught here and electrically transferred to the projector in my laboratory. From Andromeda? 750,000 light years distant. I leave my secret with you. It is all there. More power than man has ever possessed. Power to heal, power to destroy.
You're poisoned. Poisoned? And everyone I touch is poisoned. They die.
If your men fail to capture him at the gate, then at midnight we bolt all doors and darken the entire house. His face and hands will appear like phosphorus.
And, if he touches anyone,
they die.
Now, let us pay tribute to Frankenstein and his family. You know, the first Frankenstein was done in 1910 at the Thomas Edison Studios. Yeah, I was only, 238 years old then. Just a youngster. But then came 1931, the original and greatest horror film of all time, and Boris Karloff got $125 a week and all the bones he could eat. Never gave me a plateful. Never.
Oh, it's alive! It's alive!
when this dead hand moves, the monster created by a man they called mad is turned loose to strike terror into the hearts of men. To shock women into uncontrolled hysteria.
Elizabeth!
This is the story you've heard about, talked about. The spine-tingling, blood-chilling story that stuns your emotions. Frankenstein.
Don't touch that!
Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. Hey, Igor, you know this must have been the original odd couple?
Hey, now that's a riot!
But he doesn't understand. There's a curse upon me. I change into a wolf.
Listen to me, Frank. I saw my father become obsessed by his power. He died a horrible death.
There's no need for us all to storm after her. She'll come in if I ask.
Why should we treat her so fancy? She's a Frankenstein.
You know, I looked in the personnels of the Transylvania Village Voice. It said, Monster demands a mate. I guess some lucky lady must have answered the ad. Down, down, not yet, not yet. I didn't place the ad. Get out, get out. I just love ghosts, don't you? And if there ever was a perfect spot, it's right here where the ghosts play, huh? There's a real chill in the air.
There's a curse on our village. The curse of Frankenstein.
Father was Frankenstein. That your mother was the lightning.
The most dreaded creation of man, the monster of Frankenstein, stalks again. Here is drama completely strange, full of weird suspense. With this great cast, Sir Cedric Hardwicke, Lionel Atwill, Ralph Bellamy, Bela Lugosi, Evelyn Ankers, Lon Chaney, in the gripping tale of a monster the tomb cannot engulf, chains cannot hold.
Going to give him life?
Yes. Not for the purposes that you think, Igor. I'm giving him another brain.
That's your shot, husband? Yeah.
Is everything all right, Igor?
I don't know yet, boss.
Boy, this is creepy territory. I mean, thunder and lightning. What we need to do is lighten up, spread a little comedy onto these old bones. And we've got Abbott and Costello, Bud and Lou, and a Frankenstein, a two.
Count Dracula sleeps in this coffin, but rises every night at sunset. Chick is right. This is awful silly stuff.
Come on, take it all out.
Wow! Look out, Chick! Come here! What's the matter? Come here! Wait a minute.
The nation's top comics, Abbott and Costello. Petrified, but hilariously.
Stop!
Plus the dangerous and terrifying Wolfman, played by Lon Chaney. Plus that fiend out of a nightmare, the vampire Batman, Count Dracula, played by Bela Lugosi. Plus the most dreaded creature of them all, the Frankenstein monster, played by Glenn Strange. Plus a couple of luscious but designing females in the spookiest laugh fest on record.
Enchanted evening, you may find a stranger.
Less is more, boss. That's plenty.
Yes, but I can learn to sing better and you will still be a bat. And if I could sing better, I would be a star. They would book me into the Paris Opera House, where I could set up housekeeping in the lowest level of the dungeon. Maybe I would meet a beautiful woman. Hey, Igor, this is becoming to sound familiar. Pity there are no lady bats.
is all you've ever wanted in entertainment in one superb show. Here is matchless story, suspenseful, terrifying, never so thrillingly presented. Here in breathtaking Technicolor is superb splendor and romance. Here is a chorus of 100 voices, a ballet of 100 dancers, a cast of 1,000. Starring Nelson Eddy in his most vigorous performance, lovely Susanna Foster, and Claude Rains in the most coveted role of the year as the Phantom of the Opera.
My music! You've stolen it! You've stolen my music!
Here, in the midst of gaiety and splendor, lurks a monster of psychological horror. A fiend whose murderous conscience is haunted by a voice from the past. A voice tormenting him to the point of madness.
Rest, my dear, gently slipping away into another world. A world of my design, where you will be helpless without me. Tonight you give your voice and your will to me.
Starring the lovely songbird of Phantom of the Opera, Susanna Foster. The terrorizing star of Arsenic and Old Lace, Boris Karloff. And a romantic new star, acclaimed for his role in Dragon Seed, Turan Bey. With June Vincent, George Dolenz, Gail Sondergaard, Thomas Gomez, Jane Farrar, Ludwig Stossel, and ballet and chorus of 100.
I was so worried about you, I forgot to tell you how wonderful you were.
Hold me tight. Please hold me tight. Franz, I'm afraid.
I've come to help you, my dear. You don't want to sing, do you?
Dr. Honer, don't look at me like that.
London, oh, one of my favorite places, yes, outside of good old USA and Transylvania, of course. Maybe it's the fog and haze which covers up a great deal of evil.
Is the only specimen of the Mariposa plant in England. That flower is the only known antidote for werewolfery.
A very interesting folk tale, but of no value to the police.
I warn you, sir, unless you secure this plant, there'll be an epidemic that will turn London into a shambles.
When my experiments are completed, I will show their results to the entire world. Not before.
Remember this, Dr. Glendon. The werewolf instinctively seeks to kill the thing it loves best.
brought this on me that night in Tibet.
Sorry I can't share this with you.
Paris is also nice, especially along the back alleys. Oh, deep into the night, our kind of people rove the alleys looking for evil deeds at someone's expense. I did that good, didn't I, Igor?
The mystery of Marie Roget. A mystery that once had all of Paris in a turmoil. For Marie Roget, darling of the city, beautiful but cruel, had as many enemies as she had lovers.
May I ask why you use this curious way of having Mademoiselle Camille escorted to a party?
I happen to know that she is going to be murdered tonight.
From the murk and mist of the river to the horror of the morgue goes the trail of Marie Roget. But neither threats nor attempted murder can stop the one man determined to solve this grim mystery.
Looks as if the face had been torn to a pulp by the claws of an animal.
You knew I was justified and that I'd be cleared, but for some reason you've got it in for me. My seconds will call on you, monsieur. And if it's the last thing I do, I'll kill you.
A matter of life and death, did you say?
Dr. Miracle, in the Rue Morgue, is guilty of 4 murders so far this week, and by now perhaps a 5th.
Before we leave the Horror Classic Hall of Fame, let us pay tribute to a film with the title that could be Grandpa's main theme: Flesh and Fantasy. Oh, can I fantasize?
Boyer, whose dream became a living nightmare. Barbara Stanwyck, chained to a deep, dangerous secret. Edward G. Robinson, under compulsion to kill. Betty Field, wanting yet fearing love. Robert Cummings, taking beauty where he found it. Robert Benchley, who tried not to be afraid. Thomas Mitchell, who peered into the awesome future. Charles Winninger, Anna Lee, C. Aubrey Smith, Dame Mae Whitty, Edgar Barrier, in a drama of love, of hate, of terror, of volcanic emotions that changed 8 lives.
I had a dream, too, on the boat. Oh, not while I was asleep. Maybe it will come true.
If you want it to, it will.
I've never wanted anything more in my life.
There are things it's sometimes better not to know. Speak out, man. What is in my hand? Murder.
Stars out tonight, King. Perhaps they're telling us something. I think we should listen.
How could this tribute to Grandpa's monster movies be complete unless we pay special tribute to the giants of Ghoul? Igor, remember what the gypsy said to our favorite friend, the Wolfman?
Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright.
That wasn't funny at all. That English guy, John Gielgud, could have read it much better.
Johnny Williams was killed?
Yes. Find something?
Animal tracks.
Whoever is bitten by a werewolf and lives becomes a werewolf himself.
Oh, don't hand me that. You're just wasting your time.
The wolf bit you, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. You wouldn't want to run away with a murderer, would you?
Oh, Larry, you're not. You know you're not.
I killed Bela. I killed Richardson. If I stay here any longer, you can't tell who'll be next.
You know, the reason I've lived to be 318 years old is that I love my work. That's right, I'm always open to new ideas, creating fleshy new menus. I mean, now you take my friend the Mummy. Every time I call on him, they always say he's wrapped up in his wig. No good. No good, I tell you. Definite signs. He is a type A. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hypertension. Oh, yeah.
Death, eternal punishment for anyone who opens this casket.
The
mummy. Is it dead or alive? Human or inhuman? You'll know. You'll see. You'll feel the awful, creeping, crawling terror that stands your hair on end and brings a scream to your lips. There's nothing on earth like the mummy.
You will not remember what I show you now, and yet I shall awaken memories of love and crime and death.
Now I know his horrible plan. He is going to kill her and make her a living mummy like himself.
He's alive! Let me go! Let me go!
Do you mind if I say I think you're a swell person?
Hmm?
You're very beautiful. So beautiful, I'm going to make you immortal.
Hey, where's the girl?
Well, you'll never see her again.
I'll give you 3 to tell me where she is. I'm not kidding.
If you were to kill me, you're leaving at large a monster that only I can control.
It's so hard to explain. Sometimes it seems as if I belong to a different world.
Hey, looks like the imprint of a man's body. A big man, too. Unless I'm mistaken, a mummy was buried here.
In a room beneath the chapel, I found the bodies of freshly murdered men.
Betty, what happened?
He brought me here. I was looking for you.
Master, I meant no harm.
Boy, that's scary, Igor. You know, I used to be just like that. And you know what changed me into my warm, lovable self? I got myself a pet. A you. Kitty, 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 kitty.
When I said poison, I meant it. Look.
Monty.
What's all this about somebody trying to kill Abigail? Where did you find out about that?
I gave that to Mother tonight. She bawled me out for it and said she was going to give it back to Abigail in the morning.
Oh, then you're the guy that slugged me.
Yeah, and I'll do it again anytime you train down to my weight.
You really want some tea?
Yes. I take my tea strong. It makes me sleep better.
You'll sleep.
Saccharine, huh? It keeps your weight down. And anxious little things, aren't they, huh? Pretty strong for their size, too.
Drink, and you'll sleep.
Mr. Penny. What are you doing with that coffin?
Well, the coffin is a very fine hand.
Yeah, well, what's that body doing in there?
Kill a defenseless old woman.
That's obvious. Either to force her to reveal the whereabouts of the 200,000 or silence her forever on the grand murder. You saw that skeleton key in your father's hand. You know what that means.
It means that you suspect my father. Think he's...
Until proven otherwise.
I didn't kill her, please believe me.
But everything points to you. Even the cat. The cat knows.
Take it away, I'll tell. I didn't kill Mrs. Williams, but I know who did. I'll tell everything if you'll just take the cat away.
Isn't he cute? It proves that one must live life to the fullest. Enjoy life fully. Take, for instance, my favorite day. That's every day. You always got to start with a good breakfast. That's right. Me, I always begin with blood and coffee. You must get off to a good start. Then you take a stroll to the caves of Transylvania, and maybe you stop off at the movies to see two of my all-time favorites, yes.
Recently, newspapers and magazines everywhere carried an amazing story. Reporters saw Dr. Manly Hall hypnotize actor Lugosi to give reality to a scene in Black Friday. Horror-struck, they witnessed the hypnotized actor's mortal agony as Lugosi actually experienced the terror of suffocating to death in a closet.
Let me out, please! I'm suffocating!
The sinister hand of science dares a new and dangerous experiment. Into the body of a gentle scholar is grafted the brain of a criminal, and a new and deadly monster is born to ravage an unsuspecting world.
Been shot? Yeah. Fix it up, will you?
How'd you get it?
The coppers shot me. It's only a scratch.
How'd you get it?
Well, don't ride me. It's your fault anyway.
Fine.
Yeah.
We'll take that box.
Go ahead and shoot. You want to dive 200 feet for it?
Keep him covered.
Sneaking out on him.
What do you
Yes,
mean?
you do.
Dad!
Stop it.
You see, you need a real dead body or it won't work.
It's George. He's been murdered.
Huh? Wasn't that a double flickeroony? Oh, kiddies, I tell you, Igor and I are glad you could drop by the cemetery and visit, huh? Yeah. Wasn't it fun, Igor? Oh, I tell you, it's been great sharing my memories and tributes to the people who have made my life so exciting with blood and gore. You know, that's my meat and potatoes. And I hope for you that this has been a ghoulish a meal. A right, Igor? A bon appetit.